Happy Halloween if you are watching this on the day it's posted, and almost happy Dia de los Muertos, which ties in perfectly for the theme of Caleigh's 6th birthday party, Coco. You all know how much I thrive during a party planning session. The conception of the idea and the theme, the invites, the flatware, the colors, the balloons. I love every piece of party planning. So just like we did last year, and that video, Caleigh's 5th Disney Princess Party video, will be linked later on here, so stay tuned for that. But just like last year, I wanted to take you through the idea process for this, how I planned, and I think I went more low-key this year than I did last year, so if you watch both videos, you can compare, and then the actual day of preparations. So if you want to see how to put together a fun and relatively inexpensive kids' Coco party, keep on watching. I am out and about doing errands on this very gray and rainy afternoon. It is the weekend before Caleigh's birthday. So I wanted to share one of my tips and tricks with you for doing an inexpensive tablescape. This year, Caleigh's birthday theme is Coco, as you know, while you're watching this vlog on her birthday. So I went on to Etsy, and in the movie Coco, they create this offrenda, which is basically like a tiered shelving system where you put photos of relatives who have passed. So we felt like for Caleigh's birthday, it was a little dark to do that with our own relatives. I went to Etsy and I downloaded images from the film. So I have the taped photo of the family in an 8x10. I have Mama Coco, one of the, I think might be Hector. So I printed out 5 pages. Now I could have not purchased these images from Etsy. These were $2.99. I could have just done them myself and then reframed them by size, created them in 8x10s, 4x6s, 5x7s, but this was already done for me. And then I had it printed locally at Staples, which is where I am right now. That cost me $3. I am now gonna go to Dollar Tree and get, I'm hoping gold and bronzy frames to put these in, to put them out on the table. Now, if you were doing this for any other theme, it might be less specific, but getting images printed of characters or your child dressed as that character and then putting them in frames that you either spray paint or that you just pick up at the Dollar Tree or dollar store, whatever you have available, is such an easy way to add decor. And then later we can reuse these frames. We can color them differently if we want to, but I don't feel like I'm wasting anything that I'm just going to throw away after. So just a tip. As you might be able to tell, I am in my closet. And the reason for this is because this is where I've been hiding and storing all of Caleigh's birthday supplies. So I wanted to share with you what I picked up yesterday during my errands. I went to do this last night, but my battery died on my camera, so I want to do it so that way I can put it all back and get it ready for Saturday. So I went to the Dollar Tree, as I told you in the previous clip, and I don't know about you or your hometown Dollar Tree, but mine is always a negative experience. I feel like the people who work there, the employees of the Dollar Tree, are not friendly, and the customers who are in there are not friendly. It's messy. I just try to avoid going there, but I knew I wanted frames. So I'm really happy with the outcome. Last night, I cut the photos that I had printed at Staples and I put them in their frames. And look how cute these turned out. Now these are, when you're holding them, you can tell that they're dollar frames. When you're looking at them, you might not, I know you can see the reflection of the camera in here. You might not be able to tell. So I'm really pleased with the result of these. I think they're gonna look very cute on Saturday. And the plan is, if we get to be outside Saturday, I will put these all over the table. I have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 8 total. I have 4 4x6s, 3 5x7s, and 1 8x10. That is the picture from Coco. And I printed the Mama Coco one in color because that's the most recent character, and the other ones are in these like these sepia tones. Also, do you say that sepia or sepia? Mark and I were talking about it last night. Like, here are the twins, and then I'll show you the 8x10. If we're inside, I'm gonna put these like around our home decor so that they feel more natural, as well as on the table. I know you're seeing a bunch of reflections, but I promise in later clips, these will look adorable. So I'm really excited for how these came out. This was like an under $10 project. It's one of, I think, my better details. The other items I bought for the Dollar Tree were all decorative. So I found this felt garland that comes, it kind of looks like this in rainbow-ish colors. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with it yet, but I think it's gonna be very cute. I also bought a pack of brightly colored balloons that go with the Coco colors, which are like red, pink, orange, and blue. And then I also picked up, in the Coco colors from the Dollar Tree, these hanging paper decorations. Now there's only 2 tissue pom-poms in each. I would love to be able to like open these and get them fluffed up before the party. I just don't know where to store them. I do like to organize like the tasks that I need to do, and I will make sure to share that with you as well. I am not gonna open up one of our party guest bags, but in here are Day of the Dead stickers. I also purchased paint palettes and little frames from the Dollar Tree, and there is a ghost straw. Callie loved them, and we thought the ghost theme kind of applied to Coco. So each of her friends who will be coming gets one of these. I also purchased the bags and the tissue paper from the Dollar Tree. So I think in total, the guest bags cost us about $20 or so, nothing crazy, but we're hoping that everything in here is like, it's obviously themed to Coco, but we're hoping that the kids actually like open these, use them, get to paint their little wooden picture frames, and then put pictures of themselves from the party in them. I have 2 extras. This is what the Day of the Dead stickers look like. These were $1 a sheet at our local Christmas tree shop. Walmart is actually where I hit big in terms of like party decor. Now I normally do real tablecloths, like dishes. If you've watched any of our party planning videos in the past, I try to keep everything as reusable as possible. I did buy paper products so we can recycle them, but this year, for the ease of the party, I think everything is disposable. I have conflicting thoughts about this, where part of me is like, we could easily put out glass plates, we could put out our real stuff, and the other part of me is like, do you want to be doing dishes for hours after people leave your house? So let me show you what I found. Napkins, utensils. This is the part I think I'm having a hard time with, are the plastic table coverings. So because we don't know if we're going to be inside or outside, of course outside is preferable. I bought like the big pink pack of 3 because we have 2 huge outdoor dining sets that I could cover. And then I also bought 2 oranges. Anything I don't use, I will definitely be returning. But I wasn't sure how many tablecloths I was going to need. We primarily have white. It doesn't really jazz up the scene that much, you know? So I'm going with bolder colors that go with the film. And you'll notice that orange is the primary color of choice because of the flowers used in Coco. And then I'm pulling the other colors from like the movie poster. And of course, we've watched the movie 1,000 times. It's very bright. I have a Dante that you probably saw in a merch haul video from Disney. So I'm using his colors as inspiration too. I found this little guy at Walmart. I'm not gonna fill him. I'm just gonna use him as a table prop. Honestly, I've just needed an excuse in my life to have him because look how bright and happy this is. Look at this. Ah! I love this so, so much. I ordered this 6 foil balloon off of Amazon for the day Caleigh actually turns 6, which is a Wednesday, and her party's on a Saturday. So I thought I won't be home in the morning to greet her on her birthday. So I thought that I could have all different color balloons like helium. I bought a helium tank that isn't in this haul, but as you know, if you've watched any of our planning videos, we always have a helium tank available. So I thought I could blow this up with all of these other balloons. Stay tuned on Instagram to see her reaction to that. And then I could bring them to the bus when I get to pick her up at the bus stop Wednesday afternoon. This little topper comes like this, and I've ordered a cake for her for her birthday day. So again, on Wednesday, I'm gonna use this as her little birthday topper. I did buy little pink birthday candles for Wednesday and her party day. And then I also found this, a little 6 topper. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this on her actual cake on Saturday or if this will be used on her birthday cake on Wednesday. We found these at Christmas Tree Shop. They are just like a Day of the Dead banner with some of the colors that we're using. And I thought this would be cute either in the background of something or scattered, layered on a tabletop. Paper cups in every cocoa color. And I found this for me. I know it has bats on it, but I thought maybe on her actual birthday, because these flowers kind of resemble the Day of the Dead flowers, that this might be cute with like a black dress. I'm not entirely sure what I'm wearing on her birthday party. I did order her an outfit. We'll talk about that a little later, but I haven't thought about my clothing yet. And then the last piece here are these little marshmallow peep skulls that I thought I could just like scatter on the table. So let's talk about the steps to planning a themed birthday party, or just in general, a themed party. We do have a freebie that I will link below that shows you the steps that I take for every single event that we host, and I do love to host. So I feel like this is one of my areas of strength, is really organizing an event out with a timeline. So the first thing we do, of course, and when I say we, I mean my spouse and I, we work together to come up with a date that is going to be best for us hosting as well as our party guests. So we had, in the case of Caleigh's birthday, we had 2 weekends to choose from since her birthday fell right in the middle. We had the weekend currently that I'm filming this and the weekend after her birthday. Now, because one of her very favorite aunts was having surgery so close to this current weekend, we decided to do it the weekend after. So Caleigh is turning 6, which means that we have had 5 other birthday themes. Now that you've established the date, it's time to come up with your theme. You can choose this. The holiday or season can naturally choose it for you, or you can leave it up to your little. So for the first several years of Caleigh's life, where we did a Duffy Bear theme, and if you know about my obsession with Disney and Duffy from particularly our Aulani haul video, you'll understand why we chose this. We've had a Moana theme. We've done a unicorn theme, which was exciting. It was her first party that we didn't have here at home. When she turned 4, we had her birthday party at a slide warehouse called Billy Bees. So we did like a Disney nature theme. And then last year was an epic one. It was a Disney princess party. Because it was COVID, we went big for her because she couldn't have friends here. So we had a 5-tier Disney princess birthday cake. She got to dress up as Rapunzel. I dressed up as Belle. It was a very special day. She has chosen Coco, as you know, and we've already had a Coco themed party earlier this year. We had a taco bar, like a DIY TikTok taco bar. And then Caleigh said she really wanted to elaborate on that theme. So you've established a date, you've chosen a theme, it's time to send out your invitations. And this is not sponsored, although I wish it were. We use Evite. I love Evite. It's totally free. There is a premium version. We never have used that version. We've always stuck with the free. It's digital. It goes to people through a messenger app. Like you could use iMessage, you could use Messenger, you could use a link to email it. It's so convenient. It tracks your RSVPs and you can fit a theme within it. So we sent out an Evite 2.5 weeks ago to our family and select friends whose parents are vaccinated, letting them know that this would be an outdoor party with vaccinated adults. And this is where the list making comes in. We start with the big stuff. What's gonna be the fun activity for kids? Now we're really hoping, if the weather is good, that the Fiesta bounce house that we rented can come to the house. It's a total surprise to Caleigh, so don't tell her. And by the time you see this video, she'll know. So the idea is that you pick like a kid-friendly activity within the time frame of your party. We like a 2 to 3 hour time frame. It goes by really quickly. There's time for cake and presents and all the fun, but then kids get to do whatever the activity is prior to the end of the party. So we picked the bounce house for this year. And the key to starting early, especially with rentals, is trying to figure out what do you have access to? At the time of knowing what the theme is, we also put in for local catering at one of our favorite restaurants. You could easily do, and we have done all of the food here at home, but if there's an opportunity where we can, in a minimal way, impact a small business, we'd really like to. So we're using a local Mexican restaurant called Anejo on Falmouth Main Street for the adult portion of the meal. And then I will be making the tacos. I will make homemade guacamole. I have all these little pieces in mind that I'm going to be making, and I add that into a notes app where I'm housing all of my thoughts. So this is also where I assign tasks to either Mark or I, and then I share the note with him so that he knows what he's expected to do. Certain things like clean the back deck, make sure that the patio furniture is cleaned off. He's also responsible for cutting the grass. Like, these details that I want done prior to the party. In order for us to communicate well during the week that the party's being planned, I want to make sure we each know our things. And of course, the cake. So we reached out to a local baker. She's going to make this amazing cake that I will show you during the course of the party. I'm very excited. It is very small compared to like last year's stack of cakes, but we're not having as many people come because last year we actually had more family attend than we do this year. So we don't need 5 layers of anything. And then it's about the decor, the outfits, like those extraneous details that I love so, so much. So you did just see all of the decor that I've purchased. I'll make sure during the course of the party that I get to film some of it. We are working with a local party. She's not a party planner. She's like a party fairy extraordinaire. Her name's Bree. We featured her twice last year during Callie's birthday as well as during our Galentine's Day event. She does amazing things to bring magic to life. So of course I reached out to her. We're having a balloon frame because of the significance photos hold in the movie Coco. I'm so excited to see what it looks like. That's going to be such a great photo opportunity, and I am fingers crossed that we can be outdoors. And then I ordered Caleigh this Coco tutu off of Etsy. I will make sure I link the seller down below, but this is what the tutu looks like top to bottom. She hasn't seen any of this. It'll be a surprise. Her little t-shirt that goes with the tutu, and this super cute little hair clip. So I think I might leave her hair down and just pull these pieces back in the front to clip in. How adorable. This is one of my very favorite things. I love a tutu. The colors are perfect. It's got that orange and bright pink, the red, the blue, and then of course the black to kind of go along with the top. But I think she's gonna love this. So those are my quick and fast steps to hosting an awesome themed event. Now again, there is a breakdown of this in the description box below, so please be sure to check that out and you can use it for your next event. So today is Calleigh's actual 6th birthday. It is Wednesday. I just got home from school. Mark and I wanted to show you some of the things we put together that we purchased. We put this little, oh I say we, Mark fully put this little balloon cake topper together, and I ordered her, let me see if I can show you without dropping it, a chocolate cake with vanilla buttercream that I just added sprinkles to. Honestly, how cute and festive does this look? All under $25. I also, when I went to pick up the cake, I bought Caleigh some flowers, so I'm going to put them in this vase, cut them up. I might bring one down to the bus stop, but I have an idea with her balloons, and then I'm gonna put them on the table with her birthday present. Just in case you weren't aware, you want to cut flower stems on a diagonal to get the most water absorption and life from your flowers. doing a little kid-friendly charcuterie board tonight before cake. So we have her flowers, her present, and then some of the balloons that were outside her door this morning, just to make her birthday a little more special. So we have a variety of like little surprises for Caleigh throughout the day because her party isn't until Saturday. And one of them was that this morning she woke up to this big pink 6 surrounded by gold, purple, and lilac balloons right outside her bedroom door, and she loved it. So the other balloons have fallen. I did fill them with helium. I don't really know how long they're supposed to last, so I just scattered them on the kitchen table, kind of like as decor. I'm gonna see if I can try to reinflate this semi-squishy 6 and bring it to the bus stop with me. So let's see if this will work. Oh, I think that worked. So I had all of these other ties down here. I think I'll try to curl them and bring this to the bus stop. She'll love it. And also, she does not know this, but I invited her 2 oldest cousins, Zoe and Remy, to come celebrate with us. So it'll be like a little extra surprise for dinner and cake tonight.
Do you see the faces? That's which one you should pick.
Good morning. It is the day of the birthday party, and it's a Saturday. It's an early Saturday morning. I got up super early. I showered so that my hair wouldn't be super frizzy today. We hope. We're trying some new products. So sorry about our rude speakers. Trying some new products. I think it's just extra frizzy because of the change in seasons. Anyway, I am in my bathrobe because I wanted to do some tasks without the threat of getting my dress for today cleaned. Let me show you what I put together last night. So I didn't film any of this because it was really dark in the house. I was exhausted from a work week. So I was just like a busy little worker bee trying to get everything I needed to done. Caleigh is now at soccer, so I have an hour and 20 minutes to do the final touches before vendors start arriving to get things set up. So one of my evening tasks that I set out for myself was to set up the indoor table. We are planning on having this event outside today. I'm not sure if you can tell. It's cloudy, but it's quite warm. So I think it'll be not too hot, not humid, but a good temperature to be outside, which is what we're looking for. So the indoor table here is going to be set up with a cake. I also put sticky notes on the dishes with what's going on them, so I knew that I would have enough. I put out the guest bags for the little kiddos who are coming, and you probably saw that clip earlier of what's inside them. We strung up our little dollar store flags on the lights. I pulled some colorful flowers from what's remaining in the garden, and then we're gonna do presents on this table. So all of this stuff will end up coming outside. I also put a little Paloma sangria together, and then in these bowls that are on the charcuterie board, I have cheese, tomatoes, lime, and onion for some guacamole that I'm gonna make this morning, but also those are for the kiddos' side dishes. I am making their tacos, and I know this is messy, but it's very real life. I put all of the colorful silverware in a jar. I have other flowers. I just took out all the plastic for like the paper plates, the napkins, things like that. And then this morning, I have been making some taco meat, and I found a recipe to do this in the slow cooker. So I have this is for the kids only. Again, we're catering the adult. I'll show you what that looks like when it arrives. But this is 3.5 pounds of ground beef, and I added about 1.5 cups of taco sauce, around 1.33 cups of water, and then I eyeballed taco seasoning. So I'm just letting this slow cook so that way it's not dry. and it's not something that I have to do right before the party starts. So this was on as of 2 hours ago. It's on high. It'll be on for about 2.5 more hours, and then I'll switch it to warm. I also spent some time last night floofing these paper tissues that I am going to hang outside. So I think the plan is, for now, what I'm gonna do is get dressed, like in possibly sweatpants, and then get the outside decorated, because that's the main outdoor space. We have the inflatable company, we have the balloon vendors coming. Oh my gosh, I love Elevated Impressions so much, you know that. But the idea is to get everything kind of put together so that there are the finishing touches. Caleigh's cake is something else I picked up yesterday. It's in the basement fridge. I will show it to you. It is beautiful, and I think it's time to get going. So, I don't know if you can tell, but it is fairly windy back here, which is posing a little bit of the problem for the tablecloths. And then I'll take you over there, but we have little plastic margarita cups because we have a keg of margaritas today. So I did hang the pom-poms, which I think, and the Day of the Dead little guy, just to add a little something when you walk out of the house. I think it's a cute backdrop. But the tablecloths keep fluffing up. I'm gonna start putting the photos on the table and see if those blow over. Fingers crossed. How cute do these pictures look? Now the table won't really be complete until the catering arrives, which is around noon. But this is like where all the adult food is gonna go. So I'm just gonna intersperse it among the photos. And then I have some extras, so I'm gonna bring these in the house. So I just added these 2 little photos onto this table, and I'm gonna go grab Caleigh's presents and add those here too. Even though we're not in the house, I do have a Coco ambiance music in the background, and then the cake and present table is all set up. Look what Brie created from Elevated Impressions. She just never ceases to amaze me with her team. The little flowers around the 6, the skeletons, and when it's windy, they wave.
Not Dante now.
Of course, I think this would be an amazing Halloween party theme as well. Caleigh was just very into Coco this year, and because of that, we actually learned a lot about this tradition. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you are subscribed. I hope you are having a magical, spooky day, and we will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.